and welcome to my channel. I accepted an invitation to New York Fashion Week. Oh. I know I'm gonna be gone for a few days. You'll survive. As a Floridian flying into snow, I absolutely had zero shoes that were appropriate for snow. I remembered that I had a waterproofing spray left over from a fashion project I did a few years ago. I was hoping that it would still work, so I sprayed it on them and threw them in the dryer and tested them, and it looked like they were ready to go. My first outfit is all from Shein. It's 2025 and robots are taking our jobs. The flight from Orlando to LaGuardia was luckily really quiet and peaceful, and it was beautiful seeing the clouds by the plane. There was a free bus transfer from LaGuardia into the city, which made it super easy. We ended up arriving at the venue, Chelsea Factory, pretty early, so we looked for a coffee shop. Luckily, La Colombe was right across the street, and it was so good. Global Fashion Collective was hosting all of the shows that day at Chelsea Factory. The first set of shows were all student work. In between the first and second set of shows, there was a pretty lengthy intermission, and they did not let us stay inside the venue. So we were forced out into the snow, and we had to look for something to do. What are we gonna do now?
I don't know. Be cold.
Yeah. Since we were close to the High Line, we looked for an entrance to the park, but they were all locked shut. We stumbled across this luxury shopping mall, and I got to try a lottery. I forgot to take a video, but here's a photo. We found it.
We did.
Time for round 2. The second set of shows featured independent and up-and-coming designers, and some of them also had shows at Paris Fashion Week. After the second show, all of the press, influencers, and buyers were kicked out again into the snow, so we decided to go and check into our hotel, the Empire Hotel that is featured in Gossip Girl.
Why settle for some club in a hotel when you can just buy the hotel?
And they upgraded us to a king-size room for free upon arrival. The room was pretty sweet, and you can see Lincoln Center where the ballet performs right outside our window. My feetsicles hurt a lot after walking around all day, so we decided to just stay in and order some delicious Thai food. The next day we woke up way too late to go to any museums because they all closed super early for some unknown reason, so instead we decided to explore Columbus Circle. I found this delicious cafe on Google called the Tartinery.
I'm just gonna.
You're just kidding. We also stopped at an H&M that was also inside Columbus Circle, and I got some new Chelsea boots. I really needed a different pair of shoes. As beautiful as the first pair was, it was just too much for walking around. And later that evening, we went to the Comedy Cellar where we got to see some of our favorite comedians live, like Rachel Feinstein, Judah Freelander, and surprise guest Will Arnett. The green dress is from Lulu's. The next morning, we checked out of our hotel and went to get coffee at a cafe that turned out to also be a La Colombe, which was conveniently right next door to the hotel. And we took a stroll through Central Park to go and see the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Did you want to build a snowman?
Do you wanna build a snowman?
If I see a stage, I want to go on it. We finally made it to the Met. So much walking. And then they didn't let us bring our bags in, so I had to find a locker, but it was 2 blocks away, so we had to walk 2 blocks up, and I had to pay for it. And then we had to walk all the way back to the museum, but it was worth it. You know why? Because I didn't want to spend an extra $300 taking a taxi everywhere. In fact, I did the math, and I calculated that if we had paid to choose our seats, check our luggage, eat out 3 times a day, paid full price for the hotel, and taken taxis everywhere, our same trip could have cost over $1,700 more than what we ended up paying for the same trip. Instead, I chose to burn over 1,700 calories instead of dollars. The Met Museum was absolutely beautiful, and it's definitely one of my favorite things to do whenever I am in New York City. And this is around the time when my boyfriend wandered off and got lost in the museum. He told me he didn't realize how big it was. But we made it back to the airport on time and made our way back to Orlando safely. Thank you, Global Fashion Collective, for the invite. See you